So if you go ahead, turn your page over. So I don't know if you guys remember, anyone remember when we were looking at problems like this, how we could tell the difference between a circle and an ellipse? Anyone remember the difference between a circle and an ellipse? It had to do with a number, the squared terms. So if you had a plane x squared and a plane y squared, then it was a circle. If it was like an x squared and a 4y squared, that would make it an ellipse. Okay? So, and technically it's a little bit more complicated than that. If it had been a 4x squared and a 4y squared, that's still a circle because the numbers are the same. So for an ellipse, the numbers specifically have to be different. Okay? Now, if you look at this, what do you guys notice about the squared terms that's different from what we did? One of them is negative, which makes sense because hyperbolas have a minus, right? So that's how you tell if something is going to make a hyperbola or not. The size of the numbers does not matter. They could be the same size, all right? What matters is that one of them is negative while the other one's positive, okay? So let's go ahead and do, we're actually going to start off, I'll do two of them with you. So we're going to do this one, number 7. Same thing as normal. We're just going to get the x's together, get the y's together. I can hear that far. Now, I don't know if the video picked it up, but if it did, I'm sending it to your mama. That's right. That's right. All right, what do we do next? Take out the 10. And here we're going to take out the 17 and the negative with it, okay? So I'm going to take out the 10. That leaves me with x squared minus 18. X, leave a space. And then here we're going to take out negative 17, which leaves me with y squared plus. So negative 102 divided by negative 17 is what? 6? Okay. 6y. So did everyone catch that? We did take out the negative with it and it changed both the signs. Okay. All right, what's the next normal step for completing the square? Divide by 2. So we've got negative 18 divided by 2 is negative 9. And then negative 9 squared is 81. So 81 completes the square. But we didn't just add 81. What did we actually add? Yeah, 81 times 10, which is 810. So we're adding that to the right side. Okay. Then we have to do the same thing for the y's. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the square. But we didn't really add 9. We really did negative 17 times 9. Negative 452? That was bad hearing. Okay. Negative 153, you guys said? How did I hear 452? No, I was like, they better be doing it because I'm not calculating anything. Okay. So we have 10 something squared minus 17 something squared equals something. X minus 9, y plus 3, equals 850. Well, there's a 3 and a 3. 850? Okay. And our hyperbola is supposed to equal 850. No. What are they supposed to equal? 1. So we're going to divide by 850, divide by 850, divide by 850. So I can divide the 10 out easily. That's just 85. What's 850 divided by 17? Anybody? What is it? 50, yeah. Okay. So, no, you're good. You're good. So you typed in 17 over 850 and you simplified it. That's good. Yeah, that still works. So whenever you're doing these, you should not have a coefficient left over in front of the parentheses. It should always simplify, okay? And then notice how once I had that negative there, I just kind of left it. I knew that my problem needed that negative because it's a hyperbola. All right. That's it. Okay. So here's another hyperbola. Now these are the ones that are strange because the x squared is negative, right? So if I look at this one, see how I can see x squared minus y squared? That tells me that the x squared is going to go first and that these curves are going to be left and right. That's what that tells me. What does a negative x squared tell me? That y squared should go first and the curves are going to go up and down. So this time we actually have to ignore the x's. We have to put the y's together first. So 4y squared minus 32y, leave a space. Negative 9x squared plus 54x equals positive 341. All right, and then what do we do? Take out the 4. Y squared minus 8y. And then what do we do? Take out the negative 9, so that's x squared minus 6, okay? All right. And then what do we do? Divide by 2. So negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 squared is 16. But we didn't really add 16. We really added 16 times 4, which is 64. And then we got to divide by 2. And then we got to square it. But we didn't really add 9. We really added a negative 81. So x minus 4. Y minus 3. Marvelous, okay. And then what do we get here? 3, what is it? 24. Okay. And then we got to go through and divide by 324. So 9 should divide out of that evenly. 4 should divide out of that evenly. 81 for which one? The first one, 81. 36. There we go. Whew. Aren't you guys glad we didn't start with hyperbolas? Yeah, but the completing the square would have been so much harder to start there. Yeah. All right. Wasn't that so fun? Man, I had a great time with that. Yeah? Okay. Do you guys want to go over one of the other ones? Yeah? Which one? 12. Let's do 12. Because it has the asymptotes. All right. So, there's the vertices. We need to find our center. I think the y-coordinate of the center is 0. I feel pretty safe saying that. How do I find the x-coordinate? So add them together, divide by 2, because I want to find the middle. So 2 plus negative 10, negative 8, divided by 2, negative 4. So what is the distance between negative 4 and 2, or negative 4 and negative 10? 6. That's a distance of 6. Okay. So we have, let's go ahead and draw a sketch of this maybe. So we have right 2, left 4, left 10. And then these are vertices, so the hyperbola goes like this. Okay, so if that is the information that I have, center, vertices, how do I start writing my equation? It starts with x, right, because the curves go left and right, so that's going to be x plus 4 squared over something minus y squared over something equals 1. We know that this is 6, right? Okay. And square it, so 36. And that would be under x. Okay, so this is a length of 6, so that means that a equals 6, which means a squared equals 36. Okay. And then what's the trick if they gave us the asymptotes? They gave you b and a, okay? And it's always b divided by a. So if I look at my slopes, I've got b over a, and I can already see the a matches. That's 36. And if that matches, then the b must match that. Because remember, it is possible that they could have had a b over a that simplified. But since the a's match up, then that means they didn't simplify it, it really was just 6. So that means that it was just 7, and so you have 49. Okay, so here I have a is 6, b is 7, and so my b squared is 49. So even though the asymptote ones look kind of weird, they actually are pretty easy, like relatively speaking to some of the like complicated things we've done. The numbers are all right there for us. We didn't even have to find the c value. Yeah. So all of these starting with 7, you're just writing the equation. So with those ones, you just have to figure out like where the center is, and you kind of have to figure out how they made the box. You can see the box looks like it ends right there. So you can figure out left, right, up. Oh, sorry, couldn't even see it. So there's my center, my left, right, and up, down, and then you can write the equation from that. Yep. Yeah, all of these you're just writing the equation. All right.